Hey, Thris. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? So, today the plan is to, I don't know if anybody has gotten a chance to watch the video that was titled "Quietly Crafting" with Nicole, where I did the chameleon powder for the dragon book covers. So that's what this is. Um, and I'm also going to be putting in the heart uh mold this uh flower here that I got from Maria. She's the one that crocheted this for me. So it's this like hot pinkish salmon color, and then in the center is this like purplish blue rhinestone. So the plan for this one is what I'm going to do. I'll have to put it in upside down in order for it to show up properly. And my plan is to um, put it in. So I'm going to put in just a little bit of the base mixed with some iridescent glitter, and then put the crocheted item in and let it sit for a little bit so that it thickens up just for a little while. So I'm probably going to do that one first so that it has a little bit of time to thicken up, and then pour the remainder of the resin on top of it. And then we're going to pour this here as well so that you can, once I've poured it, then and it's cured, it should be cured by tomorrow. I'll unmold it and I'll film the unmolding, and you can see what it looks like unmolded. So I will actually hold up the mold for the dragon um book cover closer to the camera so you can kind of see what the chameleon colors look like. um and so it like goes from so it should be this way. So it's like a blue to purple, and then it blends to a like a blue to green, if you can kind of see that in the light. And this is the back side, and then this is the front of the cover. And what I did for the eye to make it pop was I used the color for the chameleon powder is a mixture of chameleon and I think I said like magenta, so that you get a nice, really contrasting color, so you can see what it looks like. So what I did while I was preparing and everything is I went ahead and I poured out some of the base. I haven't mixed it yet, and I'm going to mix it, and I'm going to pour into this empty cup here just a little bit of it so that I can mix in some of the glitter, and then put in the flour, and hopefully I'll be able to mix it throughout me working both of the molds, and then so that the glitter does not settle all to the bottom, because it's always hard when you work with glitter that to make sure that it doesn't settle to the bottom. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the base. I mixed about 8 ounces, or was it 8 ounces? Yeah, approximately 8 fluid ounces of the resin base. And right now I haven't mixed part A and part B together, and so that's what I'm going to do right now. So what did everybody think of the um my uh video where I did the painting of the mold? I had somebody say that they would like to see it as a live, and I'd be totally willing to do it as a live, but I would do it where it would be a live, and I wouldn't necessarily talk unless you had any questions. Um, and or I can just do it as a regular live, and we can do it like I always do any of this, where I mix the base. You can ask as many questions as you like, and it's 4 ounces of each part to make a total of 8 ounces. It was, and the funny thing is when I did the painting of the chameleon powder onto the mold, it was very soothing, and it calmed my nerves, um, which I needed, and I actually still need, since I've been, as you guys know, have been going through a lot over the last 24 hours, and I am trying to settle my brain so it's not going a million miles a minute. Okay, yeah, I totally can do that. I can do it as a resin pour, where I can, where it will be, you won't necessarily uh, see my face. I can sit down, and I can just pour and pour and pour and pour into whatever molds there are. What I'm also thinking about doing as well is, other than the heart mold and the dragon mold, is also to um, see, depending on where how things go, is also to pour into this, because I really like this lotus mold as well. Um, and I'm not sure right now if I'm gonna go with um, doing it as alcohol ink or a mica powder. So the resin color for the dragon book is going to be a gray color. So what I'm going to do is, it's going to be a mica powder mixture, and I'll just put this on for just a second so you can see. So I'm going to actually mix um, this pearl white color, if you can see it, with this one. This is called silver ash. So I'm gonna mix them together to get a gray color, so that I can pour it in here. So I don't know how much resin it's going to actually take, which is why I poured out so much of the base, because like I said, I didn't I haven't poured into this particular mold before. And what I'm going to do when I unmold uh, this particular the dragon booklet is, I will finish it, and then I will add the rings and the paper, because I have paper and I have the rings that will go into these parts here, which make the holes, and so that it turns it into a booklet. So I have two sets of papers that have lines on them. So if there's anybody else that might be interested in ordering a booklet like this, you can always send me an email, or make a comment on this particular live or whatever, saying that that you're interested in ordering something. Once I also clear my plate with the prizes, which you'll have to be patient with me because I've got a lot of things going on. I will be packing up all the prizes and sending them out, and I'm hoping to have them all sent out before the week is over. And once I have that all taken care of, then I will be opening up slots where I will be having mystery boxes. And this time around, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing premium mystery boxes. For this particular dragon book, because it is so big, I'm probably thinking it's and depending on what you're looking for, um, it's probably gonna cost anywhere between $75 and $100, because it's a lot of detailed work. It takes like, for example, if you did watch the video of me painting the chameleon powder in, it took me over an hour to paint it in. And then of course it uses quite a bit of resin as well. And then of course I still have to do the sanding, and then of course my time as well. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, the pricing for this particular one. I have a smaller one, and I'll show you that mold. So I have a smaller one. This is the smaller mold for the booklet, and this one, this booklet is $50. And the only thing that I would have to order for this one is the paper, because I've already had two people order two booklets. I just need to order more paper, and because I still have enough rings to make the booklets. So the base looks like it's almost done being mixed. So how is everybody today? And then so as far as the mystery box, my mystery boxes. So I have my regular mystery boxes. It's $55 for just yarn, and that's 3 pounds of just yarn. And then it's $65 for 2.5 pounds of yarn plus a resin item. Now I have been asked to do a premium type of mystery box where the yarn inside is more on the higher end. So I haven't quite decided yet on the pricing of that, because for those of you who have ordered mystery boxes from me, you know that it's usually a mixture of uh, the big box yarns like Lion Brand or Premier, or like Mainstay, plus hand dyed stuff, and other like Sheepji's and Cascade and stuff like that. So usually my boxes that I normally sell, while you may pay $55 or $65, cash retail value is usually about 2 or 3 times more than that. Um, they might, the quilt flowers might hold in the resin, but that I'm not sure. It depends. What are they, Cheryl? Is the what are they made out of? What's the material that the flowers are they made out of? Because that's always the thing is it depends on what the material is. So like I've done resin items where um, I've crocheted things and put like yarn in it, and it's held up fine. It's just that it depends on what what fiber it is. Okay, so it looks like I think we're pretty well mixed. I'm gonna mix it just a little bit more, and I'm gonna pour some of this into a separate cup so I can get the glitter in because I want to put in that flower um, into the heart mold. And the idea actually is I want to see if I can get some of the resin to thicken up enough with the glitter, and then I'll put the crochet flower in there, and I'm not gonna push it down. I'm just gonna let it float in the resin so that hopefully it'll stay afloat in the middle of the resin, so that when I unmold it, it will look like the flower is actually floating in the heart um, on its own. So, okay, so that looks like it's mixed well enough. So I'm going to take this cup here and I'm going to pour some of the base into it so that I can mix some of the iridescent glitter. Because I didn't want to add any uh, color or colored glitter to the resin, because I didn't want to hide the crocheted heart, or I'm sorry, the crocheted flower with the glitter. So I'm using fine iridescent glitter. Let's see, thinner cardstock paper. I think it might, but the thing is that the thing with cardstock paper is you would have to have it laminated first. Because the thing with resin, if you try to put anything that is paper based, whether it's stickers or whatever, um, you have to make sure that it is either laminated, or what I do is I will use packing tape and then I'll cut around everything. So and then so the other glitter is a more iridescent glitter, and this is fine iridescent glitter. Um, and so I'm gonna be putting it into one of these here. So I'm going to do this. And I'm gonna mix up some mixing up the base here. And let me make sure that the one that I want to use is nice and clean. And oh, and then so this one, this particular live, so for those that did was not have not so this particular live is also having a giveaway in it. So I will be having a secret word, and I'll give it towards the end of the live so that you can put it in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like button and all of that stuff, and then once I give the secret word, then you obviously, if you've watched the whole video, you would have to use the secret word in the comments in a whole sentence, and you have to obviously be here from beginning to end. Or for the people who watch the replay, you'll have to watch from beginning to end in order to be qualified. You have to be a subscriber, 18 years or older, and uh, and everything as obviously is being made by me, and all the supplies and everything are made by me as well. YouTube holds no responsibility for this giveaway at all. This is all me. So I think all of that stuff is in the description as well. So let's see. I am going to put this. So this is what it looks like. And I'm going to pour this into one of the cavities. And periodically what I'm going to do throughout the live is I'm going to mix the resin around so that the glitter does not sink to the bottom. And when I feel like it's thick enough, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the crochet flower. So now, in the meantime, I am going to, let's see, because it's already actually starting to warm up. So I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to put some of this resin base here, and hopefully it'll be enough to fill up the remainder of the cavity. And I am going to pour this resin, and I'm going to mix in the mica powder to make it into as close to gray as I possibly can. So we're going to start off with the silver ash. And I'll show it to you as I mix it around, so you can see what it looks like. And then I'm going to add some white to lighten it up to make it into a gray, because I don't actually have gray, but this is how we're going to get to gray. So this is the white. There we go. That's the white. And I think what I have poured out should be enough, but we will see. And if it's not, I can always mix up some more. It's not a big deal. So, um, like I always say, with the mica, uh, always spread the mica around, because otherwise it's going to you'll end up with lumps, and nobody wants lumps. It's kind of like when you're cooking, um, and when you add like flour, cornstarch to water or to like make gravy, um, make sure that you get the lumps out. So I think I need to add a little bit more white. That's a little too dark for me, for my taste. And I don't know if you can see, I'm mixing this around because I don't want the glitter to for the flour one to sink to the bottom. And I'm keeping an eye on the thickness so that it doesn't cure on me before I get to add the flour. So I added a little bit more white. What do you think, Thirst? Is this good enough for you? Do you want me to add more silver to it? So do you like the way it looks, or do you want me to add more silver? Okay. I like the way it looks. Um, because it's a silvery-ish. I don't know. To me, it's like a very silvery gray. So I am going to go ahead and pour this. I think it'll come out really great. So we are going to. I'm going to pour the back side first. Make sure that this is even. Looks like I'm going to have to make more for the front side, which is fine. Let me just move everything out to the corners so that everything is all even. Okay, so now let's check on this here. So this is the heart. It's still not quite thick enough. So I'm going to make more for the front cover. And I'm going to make I'm going to make a total of 6 ounces. So that's going to be 3 ounces of part A and 3 ounces of part B. So whenever I say I'm making 6 ounces or 8 fluid ounces or milliliters of the base, that means it's usually it should be equal parts to equal out your total. So it's like if you're going to make 8, so it should be 4 ounces of part A and then 4 ounces of part B, or 3 ounces of part A, 3 ounces of part B. So as there are actually some resins that are where it's 2 to 1, where you have to do like 2 to 1. So basically, like if you're doing 2 ounces of part A, then you would have to do, say, 1 ounce of part B. But most are 1 to 1. So I'm making 6 ounces, and then I'm going to add the mica. And at the same time, keeping an eye on the heart, so I do not miss the window to add the flour, because don't want to do that. And obviously I want to make sure that the glitter doesn't sink. So getting a new popsicle stick, and I'll hold it up here so you can see how it splits the part A and part B. So the chemical reaction doesn't happen until I start stirring. So I'm mixing, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to match the color. And what I'm going to do with the second part of the heart, that I have the base poured out, I'm not going to add any glitter to it. I'm just going to leave it clear. I'm going to put the flour in, and then I'm going to top it off with just clear resin, so it gives a little bit of a different look. So if you are a part of the replay gang, and you want to win a prize, the prize is actually, I'll show you what the prize is. It's going to be one of the resin hearts that my son made. It is going to be this one here, this black and white one. So this is all him. He poured everything and all that stuff. So this, if you're gonna enter, you'd have to enter in with the uh, secret word, which I will give at the end of the live. And as always, it has to be incorporated as a part of a sentence. You can't just put it in there as just the word, because that's kind of cheating for those who don't watch from beginning to end. So you have to watch from beginning to end in order to be able to enter, which helps me. Don't worry, Zoila. Cook away. And that's the other thing. I think Thriss is going to be also doing a quietly crafting as well, and so I think she's going to be doing some different things than I am. I'm thinking about making, maybe cooking, maybe doing some crocheting, and then obviously doing more resin as well. Um, but yeah, uh, it was really relaxing painting the chameleon powder into the mold. And it's funny because it may not look like it's super dark um, when you look at the mold as far as the chameleon powders, but in person, it is it's really saturated. I got it as like in every single nook and cranny as I could get it, and the shift in color is amazing. So let me just check the temperature. So it's slowly starting to warm up. Um, but I don't want to add it yet. The flour. I think for the dragon book, the part that's gonna take up the most resin is this divot here, right under the eye. So because I mean, the amount of detail with the scales and everything is there, and I did my best to do the shading and to uh, make the gradients that you can't tell where each color begins or ends. So I hope I hope it it comes out. Well, I know you say that um it's perfect, but everybody knows that I'm like a super huge perfectionist, and it really bugs me if it doesn't come out the way I want it to come out sometimes, especially when it's for people that are asking me to make something for them. Um, just like with that dang video, I did order a new rig, so that'll help uh, get it so that you can actually see my dang face in the videos, and not just part of my face. Um, and I appreciate everybody who's been helping me get my hours. It has helped tremendously. Um, oh, and we are getting there. So it is starting to warm up. Let's see how thick it is. Maybe a couple more minutes. All right. So now I'm going to add the color for the front part of the booklet. So I know I need to add a ton of white. And again, I'll show it to you as I'm mixing it so you can see. And again, like I say, when you add mica powder, always make sure you spread it out. Like I told, when my son was helping me out, I told him to spread the mica powder out evenly across the top of the resin, because otherwise you'll get lumps, and you don't want lumps, because then, I mean, sometimes it's nice actually to have the lumps because you get a little bit of different texture, but um, okay, so we've got uh, the ash black in here. So I'm keeping a close eye on this heart here because the resin that is in the cup is starting to get hot. So like I said, I don't want to miss that window to put the flower in. So this is for the front part. Okay, so now we're gonna let's hope that this is enough to get the top cover filled. And I'm pouring slowly because I don't want it to spill everywhere. And it's so mesmerizing. It's like a waterfall. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a waterfall into that under eye portion. And I'm hoping that it's enough. Please be enough. Oh boy, I like that. Okay, so now let's see. Where are we with this? Okay, I think I'm uncomfortable. I am comfortable with putting the flower in. So this is the flower from Maria. Yeah, no, I would not pick up the mold and move it without using the stick. Um, you'll end up making a huge, massive mess. I always use the stick. Um, so the way this is going to, I think the cover is going to turn out is going to be more concentrated with the gray mica under the eye, and then the rest of the cover will be a lighter, and you'll see more of uh, the chameleon powder, and I think it'll turn out fabulous. So, all right. So this is the flower, like I said. So we're gonna put it in upside down. So if you can see there, it's upside down. And I'm going to put just a little bit of resin on the flower. Okay. I'm hoping by me doing that, it will help it not sink completely to the bottom. And then this is the stuff that's clear, the clear base. Yes, I know, gloves. I actually found kid-size gloves. So I am going to be ordering kid-size gloves. So I'm holding on to the flower. And I am filling up the rest of the cavity. And it is the perfect consistency. And I think I might have to babysit a little bit so that it does not completely sink to the bottom. And that the glitter doesn't hide the flower in its entirety. And I am actually going to use whatever is left in here, and I'm going to just pour it in to this one because I don't want to waste it. And I'm just checking it. It doesn't look like it's full all the way to the top. Oh. Always trial and error. Always trial and error. So for this, I'm going to mix up just a little bit more. Because otherwise it's going to bug me because it's short. I'm going to use one of these smaller cups. I just need a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna mix this up really quick as I watch the flour because I don't want it to sink to the bottom. So I think now I know the front cover will probably from now on needs about 10 ounces of resin in order to fill it. The back cover is only, I think it's 8. So that's a total of 18 ounces for the entire book. So if I were to charge for this booklet, it'd probably be about $100 for the book because it takes so much resin. And the heart is starting to cure because the resin is starting to thicken up. And I'm just going to continue to mix the glitter and then move the flour back where I want it. Because this particular item, because Maria made the flour for me, this is mine. I am keeping it for myself. Okay, so let's hope that this is enough. And no, I'm not adding any more color because I think it looks fabulous this way. And I'm swirling the mica to give it a little bit of more depth. And that was just enough to get it to the level I'm comfortable with. Yep, don't it doesn't matter when everybody shows up, as long as you know, like I always say, there's never any like obligation whatsoever for anybody to show up to the lives. I know everybody has a life outside of YouTube. So this is really starting to thicken up. And like I said, I'm just moving the glitter around so that the glitter doesn't completely sink to the bottom. Like I said, this one I'm keeping for myself. I'm super excited to see the way it comes out. So, let's see. I'm going to mix this back cover because of the way the color is pooling. And it's, I don't know if you can see, but it's already starting to cure, because if you can see how it's thick. So I can see the color pooling in the center, and I don't like the way that looks. But this, I think, is going to come out fantastic. And I think what I'm going to do with the covers and the heart is I'm going to come back as it slowly starts to thicken, and I'm going to move the resin around a little bit to give it some movement and some depth, so that not only will you be able to see a little bit more of the mica color, but you'll also see more of the chameleon powder. I think it'll give it a lot more movement and a lot more depth if I do that. So let's see. We're creeping up on an hour here. Yes, you could do that, but what I am doing is I am actually moving the flower up to the top because I want the flower to sit and float in the middle of the resin as a whole. So it'll look like the flower is floating. So here, let me show you. So if this was the heart, when I unmold it, it would be where the flower will float in the center here. So that's what I'm aiming for. And unless, you know, like say if you're looking for a different look, you can push the flower to the bottom, and then it would be flush up against this part here. But what I want to do is I want to see the flower floating right in the middle of the resin itself with the glitter. And hopefully the resin and the flower will cooperate and do what I want it to do, which is why I'm kind of babysitting it, because the glitter sometimes sinks to, I guess you could say, the top of the resin piece. And I don't necessarily want that. I don't think it would necessarily be a bad thing, but um, there's a certain kind of look that I'm aiming for. So So we are creeping up. We're right about at an hour, and like I said, this particular live is going to have a yep, and I thought about doing that as well. I wanted to see how this would work, and so I there's all kinds of techniques that I wanted to try. So I would do like a little bit of resin, and I've done it before where I've done it in layers where I would pour a little bit of resin on the bottom, put something, and then you know, like whatever it is, and then resin on top, stuff like that. So, but I wanted to see how this came out like this, because of what I saw in my head as far as what I wanted it to look like. So, either way, I think it will turn out the way I have it in my head. And I will be pleased with either way. Because right now it is looking like it is suspended in in the middle of the resin because it is thick enough right now where the glitter and the flower is not moving, and that definitely is kind of what I was looking for. And I want it to be kind of like um what do you call them, like a snow globe where you shake it up and you kind of see like a cloudy look behind the um you would see like the snow coming down around the flowers. That's the kind of the look that I would look for. So um Kim, as far as putting a name inside the resin, you can you you can use you know those letter beads that you can get for bracelets. You can buy those on Amazon. I usually use those, and I put that in uh, like pieces like this. The only thing you have to remember is you have to put the letters in backwards or upside down. And then the other thing is you can also do stickers as long as they are uh, uh, plastic stickers. They can't be paper because otherwise you'll end up getting uh, the paper stickers will turn out waterlogged, and you don't want that. So, wrong stick. So, that's how you can put names inside of um, resin pieces. You can either use letter stickers or you can use letter beads. I don't know if you guys have like seen the letter beads that people use to make bracelets. You can yes. Resin soaks into paper like water. So if I were to take a piece of paper and put it in resin, it will become waterlogged. So you'll see like spots of you'll see water spots essentially. And so which is why I always stick with uh, plastic stickers if I'm going to use stickers, or if you're going to do letter beads, you can do letter beads. You know, like the ones where you like the ones that you see like from the bracelet kits. So you can use that as well. So so anyhow, like I said, there is a giveaway as a part of this live. And let me just put away some of this stuff. So the prize for the giveaway is this particular heart, like I said, um, that my son made. And yes, Donna, you would be able to put the rosary beads inside the resin. I would be able to put it in like one of my tray molds. As long as it's made out of wood, it should be fine. So this is a part of what you call the replay gang, I guess. So this is the prize. This is what my son made, if those of you remember. Um, and in order to win, you have to watch the live from um, beginning to end, and all of the the YouTube rules apply. You must be subscribed. You must like um, this video. Obviously, hit the notification button and all of that fun stuff. I made everything and or purchased the prize, and the secret word for the giveaway is love. So uh, put that in the comments and use it as in a sentence. And don't just put the word. Put it in a sentence somehow, because otherwise it's kind of like cheating. So it's LOVE, and then I will pick a winner. Let's see. So today's the 31st. I will pick a winner. Let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll pick a winner. Next week Tuesday, just to give everybody a chance to watch the live and all that stuff. And yeah, so like I said, this is the prize, and it's what my son made. And he said that, because I asked him actually what if he wanted to do any more resin with me, and he actually does. So the next resin item he and I are going to make together is this particular mold. And then he said that he wants to make more of the hearts. So I'll show you, if you missed what the hearts looked like that he made. I helped with the mixing of the resin, but he pretty much did everything else. So this is one of them. It's golden black. And then this one is green. And in between is mica, so that's why it's kind of got like this sheen. And then this one is several different colors of orange. And this is the other one. This is mica, and it is pink. So all he did was he put just a little bit of the mica, and then he put clear, and it moved the mica around. So um, every single one he made himself. So the one that we're giving away though is this one. So yes, remember the secret word when the live is over. Come back and add it to your comments, and I will be picking the winner next week Tuesday, which is um the 7th, and it will be done via YouTube comment picker. And again, you have to be subscribed. Please like the video, and um, hit the notification button. So I have not decided what we're going to do with the other hearts. I have to ask him if he wants to sell them. We may sell them, and I'll let him keep the money for himself since he's the one that made them. And yeah, so he really enjoyed himself. And then, of course, he said that he really wants to also learn how to crochet as well. So um, he really, he did. He did a really great job, and he when he poured everything and he watched all of the powders and the alcohol inks move around, and he the 10-year-olds he did all of that by himself. 99% of it he did it by himself. I helped him top off the resin, but as far as like, I told him, okay, so this is how you do the alcohol ink, this is how you do the mica powder, and then he did the mixing and all of that stuff. And yeah, so he loves doing that kind of stuff. And um, I don't know, I'm lucky my kids like hanging out with me, I guess. So again, the word is love, Love, and I will pick the winner on the 7th via YouTube comment picker. You must comment it in a sentence, and I will not be making like, so if somebody says on this particular video that you have won, it's not me. I will not be. Um I won't be saying, "Hey, you won," et cetera, et cetera. You need to uh let me, give me your information through this video. It'll be done through a separate video. And then for those of you who did win on my last for my 1,000 subscriber live, please be patient with me. I got a bit of sort of kind of bad news that I'm trying to deal with medically. My doctors have a sneaking suspicion that I have multiple sclerosis. And so I am trying to deal with that plus everything else and live life on top of keeping my act together. Because when my doctor told me that, I told my husband, and I honestly don't know what to say at this point. I mean, it's kind of like, do I laugh or do I cry? And at this point, it's kind of like, well, I gotta laugh, right? Because uh, it's there's no sense in crying because I can't change anything other than move ahead and you know hopefully get treatment for it if that's what it ends up being, and working with my doctors. Yeah, it is something that is not a cheap um hobby. But the thing that I always tell people is if you want to start somewhere as far as your molds go, um a lot of the molds that can be used, you can actually use like silicone cupcake molds. If you have seen silicone cupcake molds, you can use those as molds. And silicone like cake pans, like the thin cake pans, you can make into molds as well. And you can get them on Amazon for fairly cheap. Um, or for those of you who have access to like Joann's or Michael's or whatever, and you see those kinds of things on clearance, if it's silicone, definitely is something you can pick up and you can use as molds. The expensive part, obviously, is the resin. If you go to, I think it's Paduo.com. It's actually in my description, and you use my code, and you spend that is correct, Maria. Once you use the molds um, that are supposed to be for baking, you can never use them for baking anything ever. So yeah, so like the this heart mold is actually it's to make little heart cakes. And then I have had like these silicone cupcake liners. I've used that as molds as well. So you can get that, but just know that once you've used it for resin, you can no longer use it for food anymore. Once it touches the resin, that's it. You only can use it for resin. Um, and if you go to like I think Joanne and Michael's, they sell Alumalite. Uh, that's something that's usually readily available, and I believe they doesn't like Michael's and Joanne. They have like their coupons where you get so much percent off. You can buy like a small bottle and start off that way and then work your way up. And there's lots of videos on YouTube that you can follow as well. Or you can go to Paduo's website and they have a small starter kit that comes with um, a set of molds and it comes with two small bottles of the resin, the part A and the part B, and it comes with all of the like if you want to make keychains and stuff, and I think it's like 15 or 16 bucks. And you can go ahead and try that to see if that's something you want to do. And the nice thing too is with Paduo is they include these measuring cups, and they also include popsicle sticks, and they include a set of gloves. So you're able to kind of get started that way. No, I have not heard of a food safe resin. All the resin that I have ever used is not food safe. Um, there may be resin that you can put on like live wood for countertops. Like for example, my mom has a live wood countertop, and uh, somebody made that for her, and they put resin as a protective layer. But she's not eating off of the countertop, so resin is not ever anything that is food safe. So it should not come in contact with food, and it should not come in contact with extreme heat. So so yeah, that's the one thing about resin is once you've used it in anything that would normally be used for baking, that's it. You cannot use it for baking or cooking. Oh, and the other thing too is once I've cleared my plate off, other than the boxes, I will possibly be offering one-on-one time with me so that you can learn uh, how to pour resin with just me and you. And you know, you would pay for my time. You wouldn't have to pay for any of the supplies. I would show you via like something like this, but it would just be you and me. I would give you a choice of a couple of molds, and then you can tell me what color you want. I can you know, make what you want, and then you can ask all the questions you want. And then when the item has been cured and it's done, then I would go ahead and finish it up, and then I would send it to you. So that would be what you would get as a part of the lesson. So does anybody else have any other questions? I do plan on molding all of this because even the heart is already almost cured. It's hot, but it's not 100% cured quite yet. But it's getting there. The same thing goes with the dragon cover. It is um it's curing because I can feel the heat coming off of each of the pieces. So it should be cured hopefully by tomorrow so I can pull them out of the mold. Um, but yeah, it you know, it is what it is at this point, Kim. Um, I just look at it as something, another hurdle that I have to deal with. And once I figure out my doctors and I figure out what it is, and we know how to treat it, and I will feel better knowing what's going on. So uh, we'll wrap it up, and I will unmold all of this. I'll record unmolding it so you can see how everything. Yep, I'll show the finished pieces probably uh, tomorrow, and I'll record the unmolding and post it. I also have some Whiskef bags that I also have to share with you guys as well. I have a code that you guys would be able to use as well, where you get 5% off for the books, or not books, the bags, which are great project bags. Um, what happens with temporary tattoos and resin? That I'm not sure. I don't know if that would I don't know, Chris, if that would work with anything. I'm wondering if it might work if I left the plastic on the front of the temporary tattoo. But the thing is the back of the temporary tattoo is paper, and so the paper would get waterlogged. So I would still have to somehow um I would still have to somehow laminate and all of that stuff. Um, could I make a resin mold ahead of time and then mold it and make one on the same live? I could try and do that. Um, I can try, and where I will maybe I'll make something ahead of time and then unmold it. Um, but I will definitely see if I can make something ahead of time. And then the thing is that um, the resin usually takes 12 to 24 hours to fully uh, cure. So I would have to make something way ahead of time and all of that stuff. So but I could definitely make something ahead of time and unmold it and show it to you ahead of time. Uh, Whether it's something that is the same thing. So that's something I'll definitely try to work on. So yeah, I will record um unmolding all of this so you guys can see what they look like. These are the notebook covers, and then this is a heart that has a crocheted flower in it with glitter, and I will share it with you guys. Don't forget about that secret word for all of for everybody. You can put it in the comments and have a chance to win this resin heart here, and you can go ahead and put it in the comments, and you can win that. So again, please be patient. I'm going to try to get everything all packed up and ready to go out. It's just that uh, I don't have a post office nearby. So I don't want to have to necessarily go to the post office, 7 or 8 times. So it's me having to sit down and pack everything and then make one trip to the post office. So I know you guys are waiting, and I appreciate the fact that you guys are being patient with everything. So Um, if there is nothing else, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to sit my butt down on the couch because what do I use for the back of the notebook? Um, so this actually it came as a set, so it's actually a part. So the back of the notebook is a part of the set. So this is um the silicone mold that matches up with this. um does that answer your question, Kim? So when because I think it was Thriss that bought this for me. It comes as a set, so it's front and back. So it's kind of like this here. So front and back, and you know, so this is how it would be, and you would. This is how the booklet is, and I bought some rings that would go into the holes, and then paper, lined paper that goes inside. So that's how that this will work. Okay, so here, I'll show you kind of what. So this is how it would look if it were to be finished. This is what the booklet cover looks like. So that's what this will end up looking like once I unmold it and put everything together. So keep an eye out for the video when I unmold it. And like I said, uh, if you didn't catch the whole video, there is a giveaway that's a part of this, and the secret word is in the video. So so thank you, everybody. I will talk to everybody later, and thanks for coming around. Bye.